Now, y'all know I don't be in nobody business, but Essence Fest, we are not coming this year, next year, the year after, until y'all realize that we are Black Americans. And we do got the money, baby. But y'all not going to play in our face. We don't want fufu. We don't want Jollof rice. We are not African. We are not Black Caribbeans. We are none of those things. We are Americans. We have our own food, our own culture, our own music. Stop playing with our top and thinking we not going to show y'all something. We going to show y'all. Now, if you don't get somebody Black up in there, you might as well cancel this shit, because it's going to be way more emptier next year. We're not coming. We are not African. We're not finna cosplay as African. We do not care how anybody feel about it. This is our motherfucking country. That's our event, and y'all need to make it what it need to be. Bye.
Black Americans are not happy with the 2025 Essence Festival. Many are speaking up about the growing Africanization of what has traditionally been a Black American cultural event for decades. This shift has been noticeable for a few years now, especially since Essence Magazine and the Essence Festival came under African leadership. In recent years, we've seen the festival slowly morph into something else. Something that feels more like an Afrobeats festival than a celebration of Black American culture. We've seen attempts to reframe New Orleans natives as Caribbean or to claim that New Orleans food is African food, but let's be clear, New Orleans food is New Orleans food. It's Black American, period. But this year, many Black Americans chose not to attend. Why? Because they see what's happening. They see the erasure of Black American identity from our own cultural spaces, and it's not okay. To make matters worse, at the Montreal Convention Center, named after Ernest Montreal, the first Black mayor of New Orleans, a man who was a proud Black American, a building not just named after him, but built under his leadership, there wasn't a single American flag displayed inside the expo inside of that building. Meanwhile, flags from various African nations were hanging proudly. Even the Jamaican flag was up, but not one American flag. And this happened on American soil in a Black American city inside a building honoring a Black American man. This kind of oversight or disrespect would never be tolerated in another country. You couldn't go to Nigeria, Jamaica, or Ghana and throw a festival that completely ignored the people of that land, their identity, and their history. But here, it's happening and it's way out of order. This is deeper than aesthetics or music. It's about cultural respect and historical truth. Essence Fest was built by and for Black Americans, and it should reflect that. But it's not, and that's why support for Essence is going down.
Culture means earth, motherland, Africa, originality. So yes, whatever it is, if you're African, go back to Africa and connect to your source. Thank you.
This is an example of why many people feel the way that they do. She has not once acknowledged Black American culture. That's disheartening because Essence Festival is specifically for Black Americans. We're welcoming of all communities, but why can't we get any shine or recognition or acknowledgement for what this festival was meant for? And it's no disrespect, once again, to anybody that's African or Caribbean. Love everybody in the Black diaspora. A lot of people that are native to New Orleans have spoken up and said that this display of the Essence Festival is a disrespect to what they've grown up to know it to be. A lot of local vendors that have produced a lot of great food are not showing up there, so people are not actually getting the New Orleans experience. And it's, once again, no disrespect, it's just with our experience as Black Americans, we don't get a lot of opportunities to just celebrate the work that our ancestors have done and what we are contributing to our future.
By way of Georgia.
For those who didn't peep what was going on in that last clip, some Nigerian ladies at Essence were talking, going around the circle, asking, "Oh, what are you?" Translation, "Who your people?" So they're talking about tribes, and they started laughing at the Black American woman in the group who said she was Black American. And they're like, "Yeah, by way of Georgia." So they started laughing at her, saying, "Oh, you're just Black American." Like, excuse me? No, not while you're on American soil. None of this disrespect will be tolerated. We wouldn't go to Nigeria and say, "Oh, what are you?" "Oh, you're just Nigerian." Like, what? It's straight up disrespect. And then look at the kickoff event. They went to a Black American school, Xavier University, shout out to Xavier, a prominent HBCU in Louisiana, to host the Battle of Jollof rice, versus jambalaya. Yeah, look at it. It's the Jollof versus jambalaya event, all sponsored by an American corporation, AT&T. They marketed this event as a showdown between West Africa and New Orleans. Look, this came from the official Essence Festival. Why is this happening? Because like I told y'all last year, Essence Magazine and the festival, from the festival chairman to the CEO of Essence to ownership, is African. This is why they come up with stuff like this when Black Americans don't even eat Jollof. It's a tone deafness for me.
It's disrespecting our culture because y'all don't even like us. Y'all have absolutely no respect for Americans. When we wanted to be African, y'all reminded us over and over again how we're not as good as y'all. We don't know where we come from. We have a white man's last name. We're ratchet, we're ghetto. So let us be ratchet and ghetto in peace. If I wanted jollof rice, I'll go to an African convention. But nothing about Africa is even interesting to me. I don't want to dress like y'all. I don't want to dance to y'all music. I don't want to buy your oils or your mishwak sticks. I don't want y'all jealousy braiding my hair, throwing curses into my scalp. This is America. I'd much rather learn slave history. Because at Essence Fest, we should be having a battle over the best fried chicken and macaroni and cheese. I don't know. So just like you're proud of female circumcision, we're proud of hip hop.
African people are taking over the Essence Festival with the intentions of selling African culture and heritage, okay? They're trying to sell Black people African culture and African heritage. They really feel like that we are lost and we are confused on where we come from. The enslavement of African people lasted for 400 years, over 400 years, okay? There's nobody on this earth who's going back 400 years finding relatives and trying to figure things out from 400 years ago. It's purposeless, right? My ancestors came from St. Helena, South Carolina. Just to let y'all know. And it's a lot of information on my great grandparents and my great uncles and great aunts. And it's a lot of, it's Black excellence, okay? And they try to push this narrative from now to slavery or the enslavement of African people, and that's not how that works. The enslavement of African people lasted over 400 years. Within probably 200 years of the enslavement of African people, the African American race started to begin because of the violence that enslaved Africans were enduring. But let's not take away from the fact the African American people have been around for a very long time. Stop telling us to go back to Africa. If you want to try to come in and colonize, be new generation colonizers, I just think that y'all should sell something that Black people are wanting and willing to buy. Stop thinking that we are insecure about our culture. Our culture is recognized all over the world. Without African American people, there wouldn't even be the culture in Africa. While y'all are hooting and hollering on y'all drums and bingos and we are the reason why the advancement is happening in Africa. We are the reason. We are the culture. We are the voice. We are the celebration. We are the color. Without African American people, there will not be a lot of color in this world. Let's be very honest here. Stop disrespecting African American culture. You can't sell us African culture. We don't want to buy it.
Essence Fest is whack and wash now because it's run by a bunch of Africans. There is no Black American culture that is reflected in Essence Fest anymore. Essence's CEO is an African. The chief, one of their chief top level executives and officers is an African. The person that owns Essence Ventures is an African. So what used to be a celebration of Black American culture, the culture that is ours, the culture that we built from the ground up, the culture that Black Americans influenced the world through, has now been co-opted by some African diaspora, Pan-African, whatever, and a lot of Black people are just not feeling it. Now, I went to Essence Fest for the first time a couple of years ago. I think it was like Nicki Minaj, New Edition, and Janet Jackson were the headliners. It was absolutely incredible. It was a celebration of Black Americanness. There were Black people in and up and through it. It was a pure celebration of Black American culture and Black American heritage. But now that it's been co-opted by a bunch of Africans, it seems that nobody cares because they don't set culture for this world. We do. And until Essence Fest gets back to the Black Americans who created it and founded it and lead the culture, it will continue to fail with those Africans in charge.
Let's be real. Essence is indeed failing, attendance is down compared to previous years, and it's not hard to see why. Ever since Africans took over leadership of the brand, they've been undermining Americans and lifting up Africans. This all started a while back with tension between Essence organizers and local Black American business owners in New Orleans. We're talking about the very community that helped build the festival's legacy. I've spoken on this before, and it's only gotten worse. What we're witnessing is a slow, steady takeover that's pushing Black Americans to the margins of our own cultural event. This isn't about exclusion because Black Americans have never been about leaving others out. But what we're seeing now is something different. It's a hostile, aggressive erasure, a takeover of Black American culture, voices, and presence right here in our own country. And honestly, it's outrageous. This isn't unity, it's not collaboration, it's disrespect, and it's why Essence is losing its core audience. Now, since they didn't have any American flags at the Essence Festival, but everybody else had a flag hanging, I want everybody in the comments right now to go down there and drop an American flag below, just so they know to include Black Americans next time while they're on American soil. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to my sisters supporting the channel. One time for Crystal and Starlet. I appreciate you, Crystal and Starlet, for your contributions. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.